Sathatha isefo waragahla
Umnandi, maiguwe, iguwe, angeke bakuthathele yona lento. Guys, welcome back to Football on 216, the best development show in the country, your one and only guide to the youth development space. Come with us as we take you through the thrill of the game and development football like never before. We've said it many times that the purpose of the show is to give value to the youngster that's developing, to the future youngster that's going to develop. And so this episode, I think, does exactly that. We've got guest today, Lionel De Castro from No Limit Atlas, that's going to explain how to make the transition from potentially South African football to playing in the Portuguese market. And then in the players' corner, we've got Rocco Rodriguez and Tumelo Denzel Morane, who've actually themselves gone and played somewhat overseas. They're going to give us and tell us their insights as to how it was. So come with us and let's see ukuthi singaba ama-international nasifisho mina ngifuna ukuba ama-international ubonile Region Glove who's commentating in classical so kancane mfethu siyavela. Guys, good evening.
Evening Tando. Why would this happen? What's it more like?
Playmaker.
Playmaker. Okay, na playmaker. I get travel. My friend too, the grand.
Hey guys, when are you commentating La Liga Pro? I want to see Isefo dance at Portugal.
Soon. Lalela sewuvulile manje kuvulelekile manje. Ibhola kuyacaca manje. Mhlaba uyabuya.
No, Spisho says he's coming, guys. We are going to Portugal today, so he says if you're watching, there's a Zulu commentator that's ready and warming up. But before we go overseas, let's start with the Gauteng Development League and our real focus with the guys. Yesterday, we had match 33, round 33 of the league, where we caught up the game between Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns. Two title deciders played this weekend out at the village in Naturena. Guys, Lebu Mahume, Mohamed Bamji, the sublime motivator, is a champion again.
Ola tlegetso ga no fela Mohamed Bamji se tlhatse ngwago vitileng ha la tlhegela so re buile ra re season e ntsa la ke re tlo go emela la tsatsi la bofelo gore re bone re ke magapileng ka jalo go itumedisa go bona Mohamed Bamji a tswela pele go gapa ke botlhoko man ka molungisi no bela wa mona gore diding wa e batla ntsa la ke fela ke a tshepa ka dimela gore ke ene monno le gore Mohamed Bamji tshwantsa mo cheke ka gonne ke ena mmaileng batla ntsa la go modutse fela mo ka jalo a re itumele Chiefs e gapile gape. For the third time in a row, Mohamed Bamji settled a record in Salak.
What happened yesterday is Fisher, because usually Sundowns compete, they score first, but they don't really play their best football for me.
Yeah. So into enzakalayo lapha mawubheka ne structure seyintwana siyakhuluma oqala Mamelodi Sundowns angeke ngithi bancane but structure sabo yabona bangakanani so iKaizer Chiefs ithe mayisikora lamagoli Mohamed Bamji badlala physical game ngeke ke uthathe uchakalaka umbeke noMusimane bese uthi badlala physical game lawo bantu lapho so iChiefs is a physical makuthi nibhekile lo game leyo but ke into engakutshela yona ukuthi Mamelodi Sundowns kulo yanyaka ozayo izoba inkinga kakhulu because intwana bedlala ngomanda 13 zisaqualify ukuthi idlale next year.
The Chiefs team is developing, alright.
Yeah, what I get it Tando. Touchline for these two teams. The other one is like more of development to develop the player. The other one it's more of winning. Like in coach Bamji o batla go winna go le gantsi ya gore a develop the player ngare o e tlhaetsa le itlhonyana but fela lungano bela le ena ga o bua le ena wa bua gore ba batla those intensity ya game because ga ba tshameka le Chiefs that's when they can get the intensity ya game so I think all in all the development wins.
All in all, the development wins. But you make an interesting point, Rapeleng.
Yeah.
You say there's sort of a different focus. One wants to develop and the other wants to win. Is that the case, guys?
Kotsialo ntsala je ka gonne Mohamed Bamji o batla go gapa mo no batla go win a match mlungisi no belo a mitso rata ba ka bona manyentsa like o develop ama o shebile eng go godisa the player itself iseng gore a gape ka jalo ba bona no ha ile gore o kgonne gore a godise batshameki ha fetsa a le gise Chiefs in number 2 ntsa like go bontsha gore no ke net se ora se buang gore se sengwe se shebile eng go gapa sejana se se batla go dirang go godisa makabana ba ya kopeng.
uyithathe mfana kithi
yeah nami ngivumelana nabo kakhulukazi but lokho asisho ukuthi Mohamed Bamji wrong ukuthi afuna ukuwina ngokuthi afuna ukuwina
yini uwina yena ulunga yena akafuna ukuwina
iba different lana mfethu mawuzobheka ne Kaizer Chiefs ne Mamelodi Sundowns I think i-development ye-Sundowns vele ukudevelopa because kunama-under 12 kunama-under 11 I don't know about the Chiefs if akhona labantu labo uyabona ukuthi ulunga into akade edlala ngazo cishe eziwu-2 kuma-under 12 that's development uyabona but if umuntu njengobamji uzodlala ngotiro siyazi kunotiro kunengane atsaliwa uyabona abantu ama-best players zakhe usho ukuthini ufuna ukuwina simple
le lunga I think ona le pool of players again ka under 12 uyabona is strong ba winele mo mafelong a beke a fitileng LFA ya teng Mamelodi Sundowns
under 12
yeah ba fentse so wa bona gore makabana ba tlotswang ko under 12 ba tla ko under 13 go santsana a tlo nna strong
yeah well let's not go any further. Then we caught up with Mohamed Bamji after his league success. Another one, 2 trophies in the cabinet now, the top 8 and the league. Here were his thoughts after the game.
Hi, I'm Mohamed Bamji, Kaizer Chiefs under 13 coach. It was a tough one. We conceded very early and Sundowns had a bit of a momentum in the beginning. But it's what we expected. You don't play a team like Sundowns and don't feel that you're not going to be put under pressure. We knew we were going to be put under pressure. But like I said to the boys, we fight till the end. We stick together. Those pressure moments, we stay compact. We stick together. We fight for each other. And when we get our chances, we take it. And when we fortunately we scored just before halftime, and we went into the break with confidence, and we managed to get 2 in the second half. But I thought second half we were much more compact, much better. We didn't give them the space behind. And realistically, besides the goal from our mistake, I don't think they had a lot of clear-cut chances. So all round a great team performance.
Congratulations officially then to Kaizer Chiefs under 13s winning that division once again. They're establishing quite a dynasty in that division. I don't know when and what it's going to take to beat them. Maybe in the Youth Cup, Lunga's development can win. But guys, in terms of the under 15s then, Selekedi Mukhali has won the league, but he says when he gets there, that the business is far from done.
You feel like you can meet a deposit similar like Maragremon or Hapile Begets Piriti Fitilian. So Hona no Tamikala and Gahone, why it or we're not happy. Armona no, it's a Kinuna record. But the point de Gudimutata Makawana to relax. Honano, Kibatarabatole Pilibat Arfetuli you stick to the game plan, Ratasela, no Sarabato, Pagajalo, Horobonsare. Obera kan yetla go nyetsa maka wana gore o ska tloela go setse ke gapilano ra iketla na go iketli go Sundowns re tswela pele ka leto
yeah isimple lento mfethu ngihlale ngisho makumnandi iphinking if usingakwazi ukuwina while sesiyithathile lokho ileague iphinking simple esilike usho nje kanjalo uthe kumnandi ukuthi sithathile but kusesemnandi sisengawina so iphinking siyaqhubeka siyakwenza lokho umbonile ngendlela kade ekwate ngayo bathethisa bengingazi ukuthi hey lo muntu usafuna ukuwina
ngathi udlala ifinal
yeah ngathi udlala ifinal ebathethisa but into ayishilo uThemfe Dlalusha wena ukuthi makumnandi iphinking ngithi kumnandi ukuthi singawina so iphinking
or you know what I like is the fact that Chiefs compete, man, right? They're not really in contention for anything, but they make it a good watch.
ke yone ntho ponte ne ke batla go tlhagisang ke tompa di le tlhaloganyo fo gore motshameko le ka teng no ka se bone gore gona lo ileng gore sa tsa a gapile sejana sa liga between Sundowns le Chiefs under 15 Selekedi Mogale ke nagana gore sa se diranyano go prepare for the next season go lebella gore GDL Cup o tlo ithakela ya it's good gore o wine nako ya santse ile teng ka gore se go fana kwa gore o etse preparation for the next season ya ka ga riana now wa lebella gore okay ke inseng a chance ya gore o experiment ke yone chance ya Selekedi Mogale gore a ka ira some experiments mo metshamekong e leng gore o setse o le mongwe e le mebedi e setseng ya stoppa sa Mamelodi Sundowns ena gape sa nna bua ka sona a re gana le kona Namibia ile o katisa ga tsena mo hotel room guess what channel was playing
when he walks into the hotel in Namibia he sees that he sees 216 that's Selekedi
international
yeah no we already international so kancane siyavela so Selekedi Mogale says to us that it's not done yet. He's chasing the record that Kaizer Chiefs had last year when they were unbeaten, 95. He's on track to get that despite losing one game. We'll have to see. They've got Sevens and Galaxy, I think, still to come. Just Sevens, rather, still to come in the league. Another winner. Sundowns confirm another title in the under-17 division. They win 3-2 against Kaizer Chiefs yesterday. And Blebu, it's done. No Remember Elite Sports Academy.
Ntsala ke mare kolele mathumba ke ipotsa kwa le nteng o ntsareng ka gona na ba le lekisa bana
ntsala polela se Italy
Italian football ntswa ntsala ke khwela dina e monna Chiefs at tshameka le Sundowns ke di superstar mo leng fit re bone ka mano mareletse a bua na tshameka la Chiefs boetsana tshameka la Sundowns na boela go gae ya no mo ne rona dira mabane ka mano mareletse the Dlamini brother mo na dira mabane ba fit Simphiwe Mlondo mo nna etsa mabane Panelka
He's a beast, eh?
Haye fit Bubezi mo nna etsa mabane
but uSimphiwe ne
Sure, boy.
masingambeka noMureri singathini
Mureri o bua ka beast
Beast,
Hayi, lalela
because school boyithu babuye school
Bayafana.
boyithu bayafana
bathwana
And I'm question nenye.
I think Moreri it's more like of a goal poacher than Mlondo. Mlondo o khona o tshameka but Moreri o tlhoka chance e lengwe fela.
Somebody analyze Cosca le
Cosca.
kuno chess number 8 bafethu ku Kaizer Chiefs
Debza.
I think he joined Kaizer Chiefs from Palacios FC. Ntwana ya Soweto.
Yo Tebogo Mlangi
Amnandi kakhulu.
ke ratile ba khwata thandona ba di stats ba sheba so
Solo mbana ke Champions League.
e mona go ema ga re saga rano la le
Sesfigil.
a re fitli
But guys, let's catch Tiro van Rooyen. He was a winner once again, losing under 16 cup up to Cape Town Spurs. He's finally got his league success. Here were his thoughts after that game.
Hi, good day. My name is Tiro van Rooyen. Just played a match against Kaizer Chiefs at the Village. The boys were able to win 3-2. What a performance coming up against a lot of obstacles. I think one of the games that we are most proud of, as obviously as a club. Not just the result, but the resilience, the character. What they showed on the pitch today is incredible. I want to give thanks to the boys. They've done an awesome job. Thank you so much.
Winning the league. So
If it's official, obviously this game is very important. It's a derby. Just heard that under-17s have won the league. What a moment for the boys, for the club, for the strategy. All 2008 born players playing first time in their lives, 90 minutes to complete a league. What a story. I'll be here to tell the story.
Congratulations to Mamelodi Sundowns under-17s. It's the first time they win that division. The winners dating back since 2018. It hasn't been them, and I'm happy for them. They say it's a victory for the development. But there's something going wrong with the under-19s. I don't know. The guys need to go to the river and wash or something. Because Konisnyama, man, every time the under-19 game plays, it seems to rain. Last week when we were at Clapham, we were unable to complete the game. It rained. Yesterday at the Village Fiso, we don't complete the games again.
inaitsha mfethu ikhulumile mfethu yathi ngicela ukudlala iGauteng development nami isikhathi sa
Lightning siren.
yacela ukudlala iGDL nayo Lightning so yeah but mawucheka la mfethu ama under 19 mina ngisasho namanje Sifiso Mnguni uzoyithatha
Fiso Nguni. You were telling me on our ride here this evening via the permutations there.
a re bueng ka dip nna ke bua ka dipalopalo a ke bui fela ke re o manga
Shaiza ka course, ka objective.
no lebella loko ye me ya Highlands Park tsela ka motshameko mo nosi fela ha ba o gapa ntsa like ne motshameko o sharp ba heditse Mamelodi Sundowns tsela ke motshameko le mine ha ba ka e gapa yotlhe e le mine motshameko eo ka dino tse di go godimo ba go etsa goal difference
I don't know interject.
I ba ka calculations
it's santse e bulegile ka re o gopola re le Kaizer Chiefs e santse e le teng yana fo or mo letsatsing la mabane ke bone Egan Freeze ko ne Churena mabane ke a mmotsa gore o jimile mfana go already o lift arai ke ready so nga dumelana yana le Sifiso ka gore Highlands Park stands a good chance me fela metshameko se a ke rate metshameko se teng man
For me, also, for Sunrise, it's going to be tough, guys, because now they've got how many catch-up games to play? 4. So, does that mean they're going to play them all this week, and then by Sunday we can wrap up?
No, o gopola gape gore Sundowns mafelo a beke a ramona ba tshwantse ba tshameke ka la matlhatso ne tshwantse a catch-up game ba tshameke le ka Sondaga a last game of the season no bana le motshameko o buseditswe morago wa Randburg ona le motshameko e leng gore o cancelletswe gape wa Kaizer Chiefs so gore re ba ba fa motshameko le kae 4 so gora gore beke tsa rona di a sutelela yano gopola ne tshwantse re simolola le GDL Cup mo mafelong a latelang a la beke a go ile go kgonega Sundowns tshwantse e fetse metshameko mo gare a beke go nna thata gore ba tshameke ka gore makawana ba kwala ditlhatlhobo
It's exams now, the kids can't play.
re tla utlwa gore ba tsamaisi ba GDL ba inagana yang
Okay, goodness. Guys, Thanks so much, Nan, for that. That was good. I've got the Portuguese guys waiting for me. Up next, guys, stay tuned to the show. The dude looks a bit like Bruno Fernandes. He's got a good build. He's big. He says he played football overseas, but now he's giving back to the game. Lionel De Castro on the next segment. Lisbon, Porto, Braga. If those cities sound exciting to you, well, you tuned into the right place. Welcome back to Football on 216, guys. It's Coach's Corner, and this time we've got Lionel De Castro from No Limit Atlas, and he's telling us all about transitioning to play in Portugal, at Braga, at Lisbon, at Porto. Man, those cities are beautiful. How really is it in Portugal, Lien?
Nah, it's different.
Yeah.
Different cities.
Good evening, man. I'm sorry for throwing you into the jumping in like that. How are you?
I'm good, and you, my brother. I'm good.
Good, thanks. This man's from Rio de Italy. Do you know Rio de Italy?
Deval.
Coach, how are you, man?
I'm all right, my brother. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Lionel, let's get right into the thick of things, man. Perhaps before we get into No Limit Atlas, let's speak about you as a footballer, right? Your background in football, and did you ever play overseas? What did that look like?
Yeah, so I left this country, South Africa. I was 14 years old. I had the opportunity to go to Portugal to
Where
play.
are you from in South Africa, Leo?
Pretoria.
You're from Pretoria, nice
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
there's another one too. So where did you play in Pretoria?
I played at Tuks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was at Tuks mostly my whole years. And I was in the academy, and then I had the opportunity to go to Portugal. And yeah, went overseas. I started at Rio. That was the first team I played for in Portugal. And yeah, like, it wasn't an easy thing. I mean, obviously, the adaptation, moving overseas. But I have to say it was something that I had to commit myself to mentally, because when I went overseas, the team wanted me. I stayed in Portugal. And yeah, I had no family, no mom, no dad. They all had to come back to South Africa. And I just wanted to play ball. School was never my thing, unfortunately. So the only thing I wanted to do was play ball. And I mentally had to prepare myself and be like, okay, this is it. And yeah, played there for about 9 years in Portugal. Made it to a senior level. And then, yeah, I grew my whole career playing in Portugal. And then from there, I went to the UK. From the UK, I managed to play in Dubai. From Dubai, I played in Poland, in Italy. And yeah, and now I'm doing a showcase. As you can see, like the photos behind you, we're an agency. We create pathways for footballers. And for me personally, the reason why I wanted to do this was because I want to create a pathway for South African footballers to get abroad, And I respect everyone who's trying to do that, because the chances are limited. It's not an easy thing where you can just send players abroad. You need the connections, you need the people to know. But for me, it's all about, because there's so much talent in our country. And if we can just give them the opportunities to be overseas and have a shot to fulfill their dreams. And yeah, that's why we're doing this.
Before we get to Coach, man, I want you to tell me, so you speak about your time in Portugal and in the UK, and then you take me to No Limits. But then you don't tell me what happens. Why do you transition from being a footballer to now a sort of agent? Because you're young, man, you look young. So I don't foresee that you just chose to leave it. What happened?
No, look, it was, to be honest with you, it was the hardest decision of my life to stop playing football. It's something always emotion, but yeah, like, it wasn't easy when I stopped playing, because it wasn't just about the injuries, but like the politics in the game. It was something very, very tough to go through.
Because people make it difficult. I know people make it difficult in a sense that you actually lose your cool. Let's say, for instance, you having an argument with a certain player that is held up there, and then they'll put it against you to say that, no, but you're the wrong guy, you understand? So such politics, I think, they do actually get people frustrated in a sense.
Sure.
Yeah. But there's a whole lot of things that are happening for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, there's a lot of things like, when I stopped playing football, it took me some time to actually start watching the game again. You know?
Yeah.
You know, because I lost the passion for it, to be honest with you. For about a good 3-4 months, I couldn't watch the game because through everything I've been through in my career. It's all about ups and downs, but you know, when players don't make it because you're not good enough is one thing. But when you don't make it because of the things around it, politics, you know, stuff like that, it's something else. It hits you different. And that was my career. You know, every time you're up here, something just happens, you know. And, but yeah, thank God I've got a good family that supported me mentally. And yeah, I wanted to jump back into the game. And then I told my partner, Sergey, from No Limits, and I told him, listen, if I want to get back into this and do something with this, we should try to do something in South Africa. You know, we've got the connections from Portugal. You know, we're bringing the scouts and everything here to see the talents. But let's create that pathway, because that would make me happy. You know, if I can just see players go abroad and do their thing, you know, that for me will make me happy.
It's all about fulfillment.
It's all about fulfillment.
Yeah.
Let's speak about that pathway, man, now that you're creating, right? From some, geez, man, my heart feels heavy. Yo. I can see the emotion. Yeah. Let's leave that out the way now. Let's speak about No Limit Atlas, right? Creating that pathway. How does it actually work, man? This connect that you've created from SA to Braga.
Yeah, so look, we started, we wanted to Portugal first. We spoke to Braga, which we get along very well with, Passos Ferreira and Gil Vicente. Braga and Gil are in the first division. I mean, I'm sure we all know Yaya Sitole, our Bafana player. He plays in Gil Vicente. And Braga, like a lot of, I mean, Cody Sang played there, Luther Singh, Janita Palace from Stellenbosch. And it's a top club. You know, we're talking about a team that's played Champions League many years. They always fight for the league title. And yeah, we're bringing scouts from those teams to come to Africa on the 6th, 7th, and 8th of December. 2 scouts from Braga are coming, 1 from Gil Vicente, 1 from Passos. And yeah, man, they're coming here to see talent, literally that. Players get selected, move overseas, go and trial for 2 weeks, and then hopefully get a contract.
I'm getting them to Rio de Val.
Before we get to that, let's see. I know you've got some video that you've sent to us, man, Coach. Before we get to you, let's see. Let's see what the scouts have to say.
Olá, bom dia. O meu nome é José Luís Antunes e sou o scouting do Sporting Clube Braga. Vimos, por este meio também, informar que vamos estar em Pretória nos próximos dias 6, 7 e 8 de dezembro, numa parceria com a empresa On Limit Atlas e onde estaremos presentes no torneio, que será de scouting e onde temos uma grande expectativa relativamente aos jogadores que nos possam aparecer. Vemo-nos por lá.
So see you there.
Yeah, see you
Over
there.
to you, man.
No. I'll
Yeah, so
be there.
the only thing that he did a mistake there was, so before, when we were trolls trying to find location of the fields, we had mentioned Pretoria. But no, it's not going to be in Pretoria. Okay. It will be in Balfour Park in Johannesburg.
Oh, okay, much closer.
Yes.
Okay,
so
it's very close to Rio de Val.
So yeah.
Okay, so just to reiterate that to our viewer, it's not Pretoria, it's Balfour Park, the home of the Lions of the North Highlands Park.
Yes.
Yeah. My man, look, I'm privileged to actually be sitting here with you.
Thank you.
With the kind of stature that you are and the kind of player and the person. Because usually when I do my due diligence, I look at the person before the player, right? So the person that you are already, from the 2 seconds that we've met, I can see that you are a person of value and you are doing this for fulfillment. Yeah, other people are doing it for some other things that we're not going to mention them on set. But I just want to find out, man, I think the cracking question in my head is, what makes you guys unique? We have so many entities out there that are actually transporting players from South Africa or even other avenues, and even Salvador was here, to the other vicinities of the world. But what makes you guys unique and different?
Well, first, thank you for the kind words. Look, I think the benefits here is because I was a player. Like I mentioned before, you know, the stuff you do outside of the field, like the mental parts you go through. My partner also was a player. He also had a short career. I think the benefits us from our agency here is that, you know, let's say a player goes overseas now, you know, the importance is we know what the player needs, not just on the field, but the comfort and support outside of the field, because we're an agency. So, because it's tough, these boys going to a new adaptation, they need that support. It's so important for them to get the support. If they're having a bad game, we're there for them. You know what I'm saying? Training's not going good. Oh, Leo, coach is not playing me this weekend. Because sometimes they do that. In Portugal, I went through that. They test you, how you're going to react. So you might be training, and it comes the weekend, you won't play. Because the coaches want to see how you're going to react. Yes. Are you not going to come to training next week? Are you going to perform in the changing rooms? So it's all a mindset game. And I'm fortunate that I went through that stuff. So obviously now being 26 years old, I've learned through it. So that helps me a lot to give back to the players that, listen, these things can happen. So they're mentally prepared for that. So I think that's also a good benefit.
That's nice. That's nice. No, I'm interested to also find out that you guys have a lot of youngsters that are coming through. And these youngsters, some of them are not from South Africa, and they are from other countries like Brazil, the Rafinha Brazil that we've spoken about.
You also have youngsters from other countries, man?
Yeah.
So how does that work? Jeez, you've done your homework.
No. Look, I'm a football fanatic, and there's a game I play. I don't just play this game for fun, but I play it to inform myself. It's Football Manager. And I met Rafinha. I'll say I met him because we've socialized in the game.
That guy there in that picture.
Yeah. So we've socialized in the game with him. The first attribute that you need to look at a player is professionalism and how they carry themselves out of the field. Like you are saying that these guys are looking at mental aspects more than anything. So I just want to, maybe you can touch on that to say that you guys, you even incorporate players from outside.
Yeah, so look, we've got players all over the world. We're an international agency. For example, like Rafinha came from Brazil. He signed now in Gulf United in the second division in Dubai. And yeah, the boy went on trial. He did really well. Well, to be actually honest with you, there's actually a funny story because about Rafinha, I was there also seeing the boy perform. He actually had it actually quite difficult in the beginning. And the coaches were actually messaging us, telling him like, look, it's not actually going to work out for him. And then obviously we informed this to the player. And he had, I think, one more game to play. He played against, I can't remember who, it was a friendly match. And he scored 2 goals, man of the match. And that game changed the whole impression. After that game, from just a week ago, they're saying, no, we don't want the player. And now he just scored again this weekend against Sharjah.
Is it?
He's been performing really well. He's got a professional contract coming from Brazil. And yeah, he's got everything happening for him now in Dubai. His club's already interested in him.
So a division away from competing with Ronaldo. Is that what you're saying?
So, well, yeah, basically.
So he's in the second division, isn't it?
Well, no. This boy's in Dubai. Ronaldo's in Saudi. Saudi.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got an Al Nassr in Dubai, but it's a different Al Nassr.
Yeah. So he's wanted all over.
No, he's been they played against Al Nassr 2 weeks ago. Not Dubai, Ronaldo's one, the Dubai one.
Oh, okay.
And he scored also the goal. He scored yesterday also. And he's been performing well. And the boy, because he's such a young age, it's also good opportunities for him because it opens a lot of doors for him.
Leo, listen, man, I'm just thinking of this now from a parent's perspective, right? There's a parent that's watching this. Okay, I'm interested. It's good. But I think it's so ambiguous, right? So we speak of challenges that you face, but you face challenges everywhere. You write a test and it's challenging, right? What are those challenges, Leo? What are some of the difficulties that players transitioning from South Africa are going to experience in Portugal or overseas? You experienced it.
Yeah, so like what I struggled the most, look, coming as an outsider to Portugal, to any team in any country, they're going to make your life tough, because they know you're there for a reason, to take somebody's spot. So you have to work harder than them. So they're going to give you words in the changing room, they're going to kick you. They're going to make fun of you. I went through that, at a young age. But like I said, the nice thing about football, it's just you and the ball. You just need one good thing to do on the field, and then everybody likes you. But it's not easy in the sense of you're not just going to get there and be like, oh, join my team. No. Look, they will make your life tough. They will, because everybody wants to play football. Everybody wants to be on the squad list to play, and in Portugal, I know for sure, you know, to be on the squad list, it's all about who works the hardest during the week. But yeah, I think it's something, look, it's an adaptation. It's not something that will happen for a year or two. It'll take about 2-3 weeks and then they'll get over it. They will respect you. And just be humble, just work hard, you know. At the end of the day, just enjoy it because you're there for a reason, man. And you're just there to play football. So yeah.
That's good. Tando, let's speak about FK Banga.
Yeah.
Lithuania team. These guys are sponsoring Banga. Yeah. And then after they signed a deal, they were a good omen. And then now they are a cup winning team. Yeah. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Banga is actually crazy, man. I mean, we sponsored them last year on the T-shirt. I think it's this for the year. So that's with the president of Emirates.
Okay. Oh, Rapelin was asking me earlier who that Arab man is.
Yeah. So that's, you know, Iniesta, when he went to Dubai, that's the team he played for.
Okay.
And we're holding our Banga shirt with the president there. And yeah, we sponsored the team. And about 3 weeks ago also, they were Lithuanian Cup champions for the first time. And Banga is a small team playing in the first division, but it wasn't the favorites, you know. And they kept performing well, and then yeah, they won it. And
defied the odds.
Yeah, and it's crazy because just that thing of them winning and having our logo there, we had so many calls from bigger teams in Lithuania, you know, asking us to be their sponsor also.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all paid off. It paid off. There's a good sponsor.
And remember, it's fulfillment.
It's
fulfillment.
So God rewards.
Yes.
God rewards. Leo, tell me something, man. Parents, kids watching the show at home, where do they get the information about No Limits Atlas, man?
Okay, so basically on Instagram, you can just search No Limits Atlas. You will see our page there, our players. The event is there. I know Soccer Laduma have an article with us that mentioned Braga is coming with No Limits to South Africa. And yeah, you can go on Google, just type No Limits Atlas SA. Everything will be there. So yeah.
And then the emails and all the contact details will be there.
Everything's on the website. Got all the details. I mean, it's got my social media platforms if they want to reach out to me. And yeah, because I've been getting a lot of messages, you know, is it a scam? Because you know, I'm Zanzi's.
There's so many scams, bro.
Exactly. So that was the main thing. I'm like, yes, what must I do to tell these people I'm not a scam?
I'm not a scam. You hear on football on 26, so they know you're not a scam. Cosca,
Sure.
final remarks, man. We ran out of time.
Yeah, no, I want to find out about the academy, man. You guys have an academy that's running.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in finding that out. I'm a 14-year-old boy that's playing in South Africa somewhere in the Val. So I'm interested in joining this academy.
Yeah, no, we're growing an academy in Australia. We do multiple camps. We had partnerships with Olympiacos also.
From Greece?
Yeah.
Okay.
So from Passos Ferreira also. So it's basically an academy because we're an international company. You know, I wish everything could be in South Africa, but unfortunately it can't. Yeah. But it's in Australia. It's an academy that brings players on board. We give them the best of trainings. We're actually having something now soon where we're bringing Deco's ex-assistant, Brito. He was Deco's, sorry, not Deco, sorry, Mourinho.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was getting confused. Jose Mourinho.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
When Mourinho was at Porto, his assistant at Chelsea, Brito, he's going to be coaching the kids now.
Okay.
And they do tours like around the world, basically. Yeah, against teams and stuff like that.
I'll meet the best in the best. No, I'll mentor him here.
Yes.
No, Leo, man, thank you so much for coming through.
No, guys, thank you. Thank you,
bro.
man. Appreciate it.
I'm sure kids will be there. Once again, guys, the dates, I think it's 6 to 9 December. That's
6 to 8.
6 to 8 December, Alexandra Palfo Park, home of the Lions of the North, where you can make the trip to Praga. Coming up next is the youngsters that have made that trip. Denzel Murane has gone not for Atlas, but under a different banner to Spain, and Rocco Rodriguez has also gone somewhere in Portugal. The boys are up next. Let's find out their experience that side. Players Corner on Football on 216, the best place to be on the show, where we sit down with the young and the restless, the youngsters that are going to be really making the headway football-wise in the next couple of years? Well, we've got the youngest guest you've ever had on the show, a youngster from the under-13 SuperSport team and the under-15 team, Rocco Rodriguez and Tumolo Denzel Umurane. Guys, how are you? Have you guys ever had an interview like this before?
Not like this before, no.
Not like this, Tumelo?
Yeah.
No, it's first time.
But you've been to Malaga in Spain. They didn't interview you like this?
Something like this, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Ay, no flopping fun. Ngiphethelita.
lalela siphethe ita awusachaza ukuthi siphethe ubani siphethe the young and the restless Rocco mama angazi nimbiza ngobani siphethe lapha Denzel Mwirane da enkabeni under 13 ni grand gents. Are you okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Tumza, firstly, how did you get to SuperSport United?
Oh, a friend of my father
Yeah.
suggested that I go to SuperSport soccer schools, Rampart.
Okay.
And from there, I started playing centre back. And then after that, I wanted to be a striker, but I started playing centre back because it would be easier to get selected in the academy.
Oh, you went to 9 years as a striker.
Tando mentioned that you are the youngest. How old are you now?
13.
13. Rocco, how did you get to SuperSport United?
So I was playing one of the tournaments in Edenvale.
Yeah.
And my team was lucky enough to get to the finals, and we versed a SuperSport soccer school team in was Randburg. And the coach that he asked me to come and just to test me out to see if I can fit in with them. And I went to Randburg Soccer School after, I think, 1 or 2 months. He saw something in me and he asked me to come try out the academy, and yeah, I made it there.
And man, I watched you one game and I saw something in you, little magician. Guys, what schools do you go to, man? It's SuperSport schools here. Tell me what schools you go to. Denzel, what school are you at, man?
The SuperSport one?
No, school, like scale, I'm fit. School, yeah.
Cure Victory Park.
Cure Victory Park. And then you?
Yeah, St. Benedict's High School.
Oh, you're at Penny's.
Yeah.
Okay, nice, boys.
Yeah, so now, Kuluma, about maybe the trials. What can you advise maybe to a young person who wants to play for SuperSport United? Because we want to get away with the SuperSport United and focus on your overseas football.
Like, keep working hard, and though, like, if you go trial and the other players are doing fancy things and you still on trial, don't try to do the fancy things, just do the simple things.
Yeah.
Because you're still looking for the job.
Because you are also a captain for under 13. How easy or hard is to lead those players, talented players?
It's not hard because we all communicate together. So if I tell someone that they made a mistake, no one speaks back or complains. We tell each other the wrongs and the good things we do and support each other.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's your favorite player in the team?
Just say myself.
Who's your favorite player in the team?
All of them.
All of them, yeah? Okay, and then guys, I want to find out, like, how do you guys even know that you're good at football? Because that's something I've always wondered about. How do you know that you are Nandi? When do you pick up a ball and realize that I can do this with it, Rocco?
Ish, I think for me, it's my friends were playing soccer and I wasn't. So I tried playing, and ish, I think it just came naturally for me. My dad was a footballer, and he also helped me out for some things that I didn't know, didn't understand. And yeah, I think it just came naturally for me, and I got better, I think, also a lot quicker than some of my peers. So yeah, that's, I think, how I started to notice that, yeah, football's my thing, you know.
And then, Denzel, you say you wanted to play striker, then you're a defender, but did you always want to play soccer? Yeah, but maybe you wanted to do something else, cricket.
Only soccer.
Yeah.
I only wanted to do that.
So I want to take you guys down memory lane then, right? Yeah. I've got some footage of you guys from back when you were still figuring out whether it's for you, right? I want you guys to tell me what's happening here. Let's have a look here. Let's see the technology, if it works. I'm going to start with Denzel Murani. Denzel, what was happening here, man? How old were you there?
I think I was 6, and then it was my first day going to a soccer school. Then I went back home, and then my father was like training me because I didn't know anything about it. The side-to-sides at the soccer school, I couldn't do it, so we went back home.
So I don't know if you guys can hear the audio. So do you know what he says? So he's trying to do that with the ball there. And he's like, but Daddy, this is so hard. I can't do this. I can't do this. And then does it become easier? When does it become easier?
If you keep doing it, it's not that hard anymore. But like in a few months, I could do it.
Yeah. What exercise was it? So your dad was making you do these drills.
Time, man.
What was that? What exercise? Okay, that's good. Let's go to Rocco. Rocco, I've got some moments from you here also. Right? Let's see. You were playing in a team here.
Yeah.
Look at that. Sure. And you still do that to this day. That's what kills me. Here's another one. Messi. So guys, tell me, Rocco Rodriguez, where was that, man? What were you doing? Is that when you realized I am Nandi?
I think so, because there I was at, I think, Olympia and reversing Rovers Academy. And I scored a hat-trick that game. We saw, just, I don't know how to explain it. Just football came naturally for me, I think, as
how
well.
How old were you guys in those videos? Denzel, how old were you?
6. I was 6 years old.
6, and you?
I think I was 8.
Yo, I mean, I still can't take even now.
So, Rocco, you've always played like a winger or a striker.
Yeah, for most of my life, I've always played in that attacking role. Winger, striker, number 10, attacking midfielder, That's been my main role.
But someone will look at you and say, you're so small. Aren't you scared? When you face us like, let's just say, Emmanuel Azuma or something.
He's even bigger than him. Yeah. He would even mock him well.
Like, aren't you scared? Which I hear this bad.
I try not to be scared. Believe in my ability and just, give 100%, do the best I can.
Messi is also small.
Exactly.
Okay, guys, let's get to the overseas stuff, right? Denzel Cheeseman, I think your dad sent me a file. My phone doesn't have space anymore because how many pictures your dad sent me. Tell me about Malaga, man.
Malaga it's a good environment, the people, but the language, it's hard. The Spanish, you need to go with the translator everywhere you go because they don't understand English at all, but the players are good, the facilities are good, the intensity is high, and you don't play like the same age group. Like if I'm 13, you don't play under 13, you play like under 15 or 16. Yeah. So it's always hard, they're physical. Yeah.
How? Yeah, but because, I mean, kids, visuals listening to this, but they want to find out how, Denzel, did you get on a plane and find yourself there?
Yeah. My father was speaking to someone, and then they suggested that I go to Spain. Then I went there for trials. Then we came back to South Africa, and then in 2022, went back, and then I got a 5-year contract, but due to immigration laws, like the new ones, you're only allowed to go there like when you're 16.
So are you going there when you're 16?
Yeah.
So what would you say is the difference between Malaga football and South African football? Just say SuperSport.
I think like the players that side, they get exposed to like first team players and like pros, and they get like, you can see the players coming in with nice cars and everything, and you get motivation from that.
At SuperSport, you don't see Pule. Yeah, Pule coming with a nice car.
No, not like on a daily basis. We don't see that a lot. But overseas, you do like every day.
Okay. Listen, man, it's not just about Spain and Malaga. You were in Portugal, and we had some guys speak about going to Portugal. Tell me, where were you in Portugal? How was that?
We lived in Estoril, and I traveled at Estoril. It was very hard, very difficult. I had to adapt a lot because I also didn't understand the language. It was hard to communicate with the players, coaches. But the environment there is very good. Everyone holds each other accountable. The level is high. Everyone just wants to give 100%.
Were you as good? Because what I see you do to players in the GDL, were you doing the same thing there?
I think I was, But level, it's just as high as GDL, but I think the only difference is the attitude. They always give 100% there, keep each other accountable,
Now, which football style do you prefer? The Portugal one or South African football style?
I think personally, I prefer the Portugal football style. There's a lot more passing, quicker play. I think.
Rocco, do you have Portuguese descent?
Yes,
Okay, Bruno Fernandes. Okay. Back to Malaga, man. So you're going to Malaga when you're, what, 16?
Yeah.
angazi ukuthi yingithini. It blows my mind. It blows
So
my mind.
Malaga is somewhere in Spain or something.
It's no, it's so listen, Malaga plays in the first division at Spain, good La Liga.
It's Spain, right. So we had Salvador. There's this other guy who told us that it's not easier to get like to a Spanish football club. How easy did you find there when a Maufiga Lapana? Was it easier for you or was it hard for you to just adjust to that club?
It was kind of easy, but I went there like...
So we should know Salvador?
Salvador, because sorry,
At the time, I was 11, I think. So all of the boys are like bigger and quicker than me. But as I grew and got bigger, I wasn't big like the whole time. I grew like when I was 12 last year.
Yeah.
Then after that, I went back to Spain. It just became easier to play with them.
Okay, so you grew. Rocco, you should take some tips from Denzel about how to grow. How accepting were the guys of you then there? Because we know that essentially you're competing there for places in the team, right? So I always wonder sometimes, maybe about how accepting were they of you?
They obviously they didn't want me to take the position, so they were like, they weren't passing me the ball. I had to call for the ball, like demand the ball to get it. And if they didn't, then you just keep demanding until they give it to you. When you get it, you do something good with it.
Yeah, Rocco, you?
Yeah, for me, I think on the football pitch, they were passing to me, but off it. So like socially and stuff, they wouldn't really speak to me. They'd like further away from me. They'd stay in their group. But on the field, if I was in the space, yeah, they'd give it to me.
But you look like a pora. Is it hard to make friends then there?
I think it is, but it's more the language barrier because we can't really communicate, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So now, moving forward, what's your plan? I know by speaking to you, you sound like you want to go back to that Portuguese football. What's your plan moving forward now?
Yeah, hopefully to go back maybe in a year or two, trial there again, and hopefully get a good result, a good outcome from that, and maybe sign a contract that side. So, yeah.
Yeah. Tumza, your plan in fact?
Yeah, I want to go to play Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a long time, maybe a comeback. Oh, but I also want to play like FMB. I always wanted to play in the FMB stadium.
Oh, you always wanted to play in the FMB stadium, ne? Okay. See,
so no plans that involve like a South African team-wise, Sundowns, your Chiefs, Pirates.
Rocco, what about you? What South African team do you like?
SuperSport.
SuperSport,
yeah.
Nah, that's a one, Rocco. Okay. So Spain for you. Tell me something, guys. Just practically, right? I remember when I was your guys' age, I was very scared to be away from home for long, right? Because you're a kid, man, Rocco. Look at you, right? Aren't you scared about that? Staying in a foreign place, you don't know anyone, you're not eating pap, you're not eating vors on your mom's food. It's different.
Yeah, I am, because I think I'm gonna go there alone. So the first time I went with my father, so that was okay. But I think I'm gonna go alone the next time. So I have to like fix my mindset of how it's gonna be there and what I'm gonna do. I have to do things on my own.
Sure. Have you guys ever had any mentors then? Who are your role models that have helped you? Let's just maybe end with that, Jabo. Some of your role models that you guys look up to in the football space, Rocco.
Yeah. For me, it's Eden Hazard. I'm a Chelsea supporter, so when I used to watch him back in the days, it used to bring me joy.
Yeah. You kind of play like him also. Nice. Murane?
For me, it's Busquets. Like the way he just.
Busquets.
Yeah.
Busquets is Spain. Murane, Busquets.
Yeah, he just like he uses his brain. Like if there's a player here, he goes that side. It's easy for him to like get past players, and he doesn't have to do too many like fancy skills. It's just simple.
Yeah. So guys, we had De Castro from No Limit Atlas just explaining about other players being able to play in Portugal in the scouting there. Rocco, what advice do you give to a youngster? He's now going there to trial for some time. What would you tell him going into there?
I would just tell him to play his game, keep it simple, just do what he does. He mustn't change, try to be fancy and do things that he doesn't usually do. You must just keep to your game. There's a reason why you're going there, because you're already good how you are. So you must just keep to your game and give 100%.
Denzel?
I'd say like, keep working hard, and even if the other players try to put you down in the other country. Don't like you believe in yourself that you have the ability to do it and just keep working hard.
Yeah. Una mufuna advice yami, advice ama player.
Angiyazi ntamohle lapho kwamele advise.
Ngadvise ama paso trial razowenza.
Angiyadlala mfana yithi mara ngathi kuyavalelwana ngadala
Yeah,
amapiano.
kuyavalelwana yabona the way abakhuluma ngakhona abajita ngathi kuyavalelwana da. But mina into engifuna ukuyibuza school wise gents, what's your plan school wise because sharp you are good at football, you are good with football now, you want to go overseas but school wise
You guys don't like school. That's why. Yeah, they seem like they don't like school. You don't like school. Rocco,
yeah,
you look like you're a problem in class.
No, I don't think I'm a problem though. But yeah, school is hard to balance with soccer. You have to, after the training session, come home and study. Yeah, it's very hard. You have to balance it out.
Yeah, Denzel, your dad didn't mention anything about school to me.
It's a lot, like, ish.
Because especially for you now, if you're going to go there, you're going to go to a school there, or does Malaga have a school in the...
Yeah. Like,
or is it online?
Yeah, it's online.
Okay. Amaramana much that report. Ogunye is whatever.
Aye, school, baba. That's why we are SuperSport schools. You know, school explain.
School, school, guys. Please focus at school.
Score.
Right? But thank you so much, boys, for coming through and just sharing that insights. I really appreciate it. Appreciated it, Rocco. All the best, man. I'm sure we'll see you somewhere. Denzel, keep at it. Keep at it. We had a Spanish dude, and he was telling us about how difficult it is to get into those academies. You're at a La Liga academy, so we defy the odds here on football on 216. Nandi. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed that watch. It's been a good time here on Football on 216. Let me bring back Lebza and Ora and get their thoughts about the Portuguese way. Jam-packed episode that's with Tumelo Denzel Morane, Rocco Rodriguez, Lionel De Castro, Magumnandi, EP Inkinga. It's interesting for me, right, that those segments, right, because we had Salvador Carmona of Driblab, the guy that's a scout at Spain, and he was speaking about how it's difficult to get into Spanish academies. But Tumelo Denzel Morane, Salva was lying to us, guys. I don't know now anymore.
Gopola ne ngwana mjix re bua ka Spain re simula ka Salvador ke gona no ngi Portugal di ka se tshwane ka go tsena ntse ka jelo go a bontsha gore you can't say na bua maka so ha di tshwane so go itumedisa bana mjix ke ba tshameke ba le bantsi bana ba le gore ba ba golo gone anong ha ba gone go overseas gona no re maka wana manyele gore bana le tshuna gore ba ka tsama ba go tshameka go Portugal I mean o molomong wa batla go tlhagela go overseas ba fete ka gonne even le naga ya rona ha ona la ba tshameke go overseas ba gona go tla ka maitemogela ba tla go anyisa team ya rona e go godimo ya bafana even amajita amajimbos ka jalo go itumedisa na mjix gore gone ano maka wana manye they can even go ba sambane male banyane ba go develop go ntle ba golele go ntle ka jalo go itumedisa for South African football ntsa
yeah and in fact leyo ayishilo lapha Salvador ukuthi uma usesemncane ama chances akho maningi and uTumelo wangena futhi emncane ngisho kunalokho yabona ama chances akhe maningi but enye into engayitshela mina ama soccer player bafethu ngihlale sisho nje kanti ngicala ukuthi slogan kuphela mayikuye mangeyakhe yakho mfethu ngisho athi wakuthima kanjani but mangeyakho into yakho
bheka uShanre Campbell udlala green kanjani eClub Brugge
ba ke ra gara wa bona gore le bo Shandre Campbell ke bona ba ileng gore ba bula dikgoro ba khona go ngakela le di-scout gore di tla ka kwano di tlo bona gore ba utulle yang talent e leng gore e teng talent ka kwano ene makawana ba dingwa ga di le ko tlase jaaka ga Lebzikin we finabu ga o tsamaya santse no le monnyane go nna botlhokwa thata sengwe se e leng gore re ka batla go se bona se diragala gore makawana se ka re ga Shandre Campbell maybe ana 25 years a ba boela mo nageng a pusha tsamaya a feleletse career ya gagwe go overseas le makawana ba khona bona gore bophelo bo teng go ntle gana it's a good opportunity Atlas Majida ba Atlas ba tlang le yone I mean a se gantsi bona gore di scouts from overseas ba tla ba tlo lebella gopole e teng gape le yone SuperSport Schools app ba ka khona lebella
there's many ways and modern ways of scouting now right but I like Lionel De Castro and how he's explained it because as a kid growing up and loving development football, I also always knew there was a Praga, a Bedford View. But I wasn't sure what like Praga. The way, or I so I'm happy just for those lines to be clarified. Quick, guys.
Yeah.
I want to touch on another point before we go to the games to come up with.
Yeah.
Parental support, I feel, is so important in development football. Dumelo's dad, Rocco's dad. Geez, man, those kids are not just going overseas themselves. Like, you know what I mean? There's that element. I'm a timer involved, but
yeah, yikho ibizwa nge-development leyo nto leyo idinga wonke ama-structure umama oledi ugogo support ile nto le sihlale siyibona masiya lapha eNaturena sihlale sikhuluma nomama kaMason sikhuluma nobani bani so yingakho nalamajita lawa asePortugal ayithe ayadinga ukuthi abazali bebe khona ukuthi bezosupport ingane zabo so ibalekile kakhulu kwi-development ukuthi abazali besupport mfethu.
I saw Dumelo's dad yesterday when we were at the village, and I'm like, how? What are you doing here? There's no SuperSport United here. Kwenzakalani?
Ke yone support o rata kgwele dinao a itse gore fo kgwele ya dinao e leng teng ke se se leng gore wa se rata le ene like o tshore gore ga o se rata o tlo se dira ka manong tlhotlo le ga bona gore ke te gona le nako ya na le yone o tlo e dirisa ke ratile gape le ka bona le la kompumalanga mduduzi ga nne ba lefa gore their focus ke go under 14 because ba itse gore ke go teng go e leng gore development o santse o na le tšhono ya gore o ka kry-a batsadi batho ba botlhe jaaka le bua gore ba tle go supporta tournament ya bone so itshimolola fela for support is very, very important.
Support is very important, right? Yeah. But yo, guys, we told you in episode 1 when we made the show that we'd be creating value for you, the developing player. You want to play overseas, you want to play here in Mzansi, come to Football on 216. We'll give you those opportunities. And well, we'll take Castro. He put us on today. And so did the youngsters in terms of just telling us how it is playing that side. Moving on though, and carrying on with the league, we come to the last weekend, although I'm not really sure as to whether it will be the last weekend or it won't be the last weekend. We've mentioned it in segment 1 that Sundowns have quite a few catch-up games to play, and with examinations and that type of thing, I'm not sure they can play all the games this coming week. We'll have to see. But guys, Highlands Park, their last game is against Isha and Atletico. They need a victory and some goals. Angazi.
Ke buile ntse la ke gore ke re goal difference e tlo go tshameka karolo e tonna and oro buile nnete a ha rate di games in hand ka games in hand ya gore go na le dintlha ntse santse go tshameka Highlands Park ka gapa motshameko o wa bona bofelo ne gora gore Sundowns tshwantse gape metshameko le mine yotlhe ka dino tse di go godimo ka gonne la ile gore ba go godimo ka goal difference ha gore gore ba etsaile re gopole gore ha go itse gore Highlands Park e gapile e emetseng ena ke pressure kgatelo seng kana ka sepe ka go now they have to win ka dino tse di go godimo gore ba kgone go etsa mme Sundowns ke botlhela botlhoko ka gona ntse like ba saletse go morago thata go tlo go nna bokete for Sundowns fela Sfiso Mnguni ya ka Sfiso a buile gore ke tsa o eme mona he's ready to pounce o emela na go itse keng ha ba lahla set ha ba ka draw wa Sundowns child
afethu ufuna ukunibuza something ngade mfethu ukungena or khona into obufuna ukuyithinta
no khona into engifuna ukuyithinta nje ngeke ngakhuluma lapha nama parents angazi manje ukuthi singayilungisa kanjani kwi-GDL lento yokuthi mhlawumbe makudlala ama-school sports and then emenye ama-team ayama because ama-parents ngathi abengekho happy especially ama-parents ako-cheese nanani ukuthi phela Sundowns ama-games ayo amaningi aselemumva it was because Clephembe idlala and then izoma mhlawumbe yabona into kanjalo so awekho happy kumele kube khona into ezolungisa because manje inga-affect izinto eziningi GDL Cup kumele ihlehle ibuyele emumva kwazi bani ufisa azodlala
angeke ihlale ingadlalwa ndoda ingahlala ingadlalwa
kwazi bani
ukasiyithi thando
you never know no because lama games lawa u4 ayophela kule viki lelo bemina bekuphela ngale i-GDL Cup
gona le kgonagala gore GDL Cup ile gore ga e sa tshameke gonano e ka tshameka mo setlheng se se tlang ga se simolo re ka nna le top 8 ra na le GDL Cup then ra thomolla setlhe
Shifambi kahle. But guys, I want to touch on a different element before we end.
Yeah.
We know last week Coscarinho broke down the teams that may go down. Val out the game. School of Excellence and Rosina Sidibane Modiba Sports School. Yo, it's going to be sad to see one of them go. Because of again.
Why interject?
Mina ngifuna ukutshela ngingoma yazithini. It's abahamba so sala sincenga ndoda bafethu school of kuyoyiphula inhliziyo yami usibona sivayo.
Imagine School of Excellence out of the GDL.
Ivali ibizosibingelela nje besibuyela phansi ashem but badlalile abajita
School of Excellence no more in the GDL. If that happens, I don't know man.
Ke bone itlo etsagala ya school ga ke itse mare go na le motho mo nna ntare ke ska ya ka di emotions mo mane go let's ska ya ka di emotions e kete ya School of Excellence ke ya ka di emotions if it happens a gona gore tletsa ba tla ya ba bue I hope gore ba tla kgona bo wa ga ile gore ba tla theoga
yo ba fetsi
MG simonna o lebela Rosina Sidibane Modiba Sports School ra ba rata re bone a re batlo bona ba tsama o lebela School of Excellence le bona ra ba rata re batlo bona ba tsama go tlo go nna thata a go ne o batlang go bona ope a tsamaya sefisi wa go pela more
Where will we get another Mufukeng, another Litlaku? Where will we get another Siabonga Mapena?
But remember,
But that's like GDL though.
mara go pola mjixine School of Excellence ba batla go dira ba develop di player gore ba tlhagella ka kona ra ba tlhagelle bone ba tswela pele a ke ranong ditlhopha di ya go school of di ya go lebella talent a kere ka jalo a re batho bona ba tsamaya yes ke a dumela fela la go ka dira ba tsamaya ba go tswela pele ba operate ka gone bone mere go bona ke go ntsha batshamiki ba go tswela pele ka
But they're not competing at the high level. Maseba Pumile.
But GDL promotional it's tough Thando.
GDL
promotional is tough.
Into ayisho uthanda ukuthi i-spotlight asikho GDPR kakhulu. But mina nami ujalo kusho kanjalo kubeya hloya ka Stompong. School of Excellence
Ngeke kuzovaya Rosine.
Ako ne ngwe tsa madi thusi ba bele botula manje
Okay, but ngeke sivaya. Angishongo ukuthi izovaya Rosina but School of Excellence ngeke sivaya.
Okay, hayi bafetha asivaleni kanjalo. Guys, that's episode 24. It's always a good time with the boys in studio. Magumnandi, EP, Inkinga, No Limit Atlas. Thank you guys and Lionel De Castro for coming through and showing us that there's truly no limits to the pounds of the football talents. Rocco Rodriguez and Tumelo Tenzo Morane showed that even for you, the young boy at home, it's limitless. Let's work together and take the game to the next level. Coscarinho always comes with hard questions. I hope Lionel De Castro azangam too. But guys, thank you so much to my Development League panelists once again. Geez, we don't know. We'll have to find out what happens and where we go this week. But we'll definitely be in the studio next week. That's what we know.
Yeah,
there's one thing we know, we'll be here.
Yeah.
Same time, same place, doing the same thing with the boys. But until that time, guys, it's a
What a